Officiating! Utah! Yeehaw! Utah Mammoth pull off an awesome win on the road in Dallas and in Vegas. Slapshot Utah, welcome to the show. Here on the show with us today, of course, special guest. Love this guy, Brandon Hock and Barry. Let's bring him on. We're just going to talk about everything. Hock, what's up, my man? Welcome to Slapshot Utah.
Motherfuckers.
Tuss up.
No, boys.
Hell yeah.
Okay, so you're gonna have to forgive me. I've lost my glasses, and so I've got to use my reader today, and then I can't see a fucking thing out here. So I'll have to be taking them on and off. I've already screwed the monetization, John. Sorry about that.
What's funny is last episode, if you guys watched, when I was editing it, going through, because like 6 minutes in, I'm like, no, let's not swear. I swore 30 seconds in.
I didn't even
yeah.
Okay, so first story, I just want to say this, because it doesn't get the same kind of fanfare as like, the Mackenzie Weegar bringing in, or when we signed Schmaltzy, but I just want to say props to Carcone, to Michael Carcone. Listen, if you guys remember at the end of last season when it was the locker clean out, and it was like Carcone, in some ways, his story was the only sour grapes. It was kind of like, well, I don't think I'm going to fit in here. I'm moving on. And the market didn't work out, and Bear brought him back on the same 7 3/4K contract. I mean, just a small contract. And you're thinking, it seemed at the time it was almost, oh, we'll fit you in somewhere. What's the contributor that Michael Carcone is, and he comes and he gets 2 years, 1.75 a year, right? That's a 3.5 bag. Baby, congratulations, Michael Carcone. It's like I said, it doesn't get the same fanfare, but he's a producer, and he immediately pays us back because he scored this week, guys. So there you go. There's my first topic for Slapshot Utah. What do you think?
I love Carcone. He's a staple on this young core, I think. I mean, like you said, it was almost a no-brainer last exiting interviews. We were like, there's no way he's in Utah. He's going somewhere else. But you know what? I'm glad he stuck around. I'm glad he's getting his money. Good for him. Brandon, what do you think?
Well, first of all, I think Carks has been one of the best points per million, points per what he's getting paid easily, as Tanev is the worst in the league. So he's been a contributor all year, man. Him and Sheriff, in my opinion, have been the most consistent every game, bringing it with the hitting, the back checks, just that grit, that hustle. I love Carks, and yeah, I mean, I'm happy for him, and I love that we got him. Like I said, I think him and Sheriff have been the best consistent contributors all year long, and I'm not the only one. I think I've heard a lot of people say that.
Well, John, you saw the showcase in Dallas when Kark scored and Carcone scored. I mean, Carcone and Krause scored, right? I think McBain scored in that game too. Like, the bottom liners really pulled that. Like, what was the atmosphere like? I know we're skipping ahead, but what was the atmosphere? And like, tell us about Dallas, Texas.
Okay, yeah. So I took a few notes about Dallas that was awesome, and it's gonna take us back to a topic that it's the reason why we were trying to get Brandon on last week, because we're all frustrated with the amount of away fans that we see in the Delta Center. It was cool to see 99.999%. There were 4 of us in a row, one guy 10 rows in front of me, and one guy about 20 rows behind me, and we were the only ones. So every time we scored, I just stand up and point at him, and he'd point down at me. Oh, I know they hated it, but it was cool to see like that many fans. It's a pretty cool spot, I will tell you that. But my favorite thing that the Stars fans do that I think is hilarious, when they announce the away team's goal, and they're like, Utah goal, number 27, assisted by number 63. The entire arena goes, who cares? And it is hilarious.
Well, John, I yell that. That's what I yell up in my section, and I've got other people doing it. I've been yelling that almost every
I'm out
time.
with
I
you
love that.
'cause it's pretty hilarious. Every time I mean, it helped that we were up 6-2 while I'm laughing at them screaming, "Who cares?" But yeah, it was fun, dude. Shout out to Dallas. There were a couple funny moments where like I walk in a bathroom and there's like 40 Dallas Stars fans, and I just walk in with my hands up. I'm like, I'm not here to cause trouble, boys.
Uh, it seems like in most arenas, opposing fans' arenas, as long as you're not a belligerent asshole looking
Yeah.
at you, Flyers fans, as long as you're not a belligerent asshole, people are generally going to accept you, I think.
Oh,
Unless it,
one other note before I
y-
forget. I
yeah.
kind of saw Ryan Smith's idea for the rebuild of downtown because there were bars 15 feet from the doors, like like there's a whole plaza leading up to American Airline Arena, and it's just bars and like cool stores and shit. And I was like, okay, I see the vision now.
Did you guys see the Clubbers away turnout in Vegas? And
Oh,
the night before a game, Brandon, did you see how many people showed up for that? It was
Oh,
crazy.
yeah, I think almost everybody, like especially Twitter fam, like that's all I saw. I'm in Nevada. I'm out in Wendover watching it, but yeah, that was impressive. I saw everybody headed down there, man, a ton, and like that's going to
hey,
become
so
our new travel spot. I think, like how we get the Colorado and we get the Vegas Knights fans. Well, we'll pay you back, Vegas Knight. And what's funny is all the 1B Vegas Knight fans here, the way they're Vegas Knight fans, a lot of them in the Delta Center in our barn, when they go on a away game, they go represent Utah at Vegas. It's just like they're being back and forth like that. I think it's kind of funny, but it was an
Arians.
impressive turnout.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we actually got a voicemail from a Big D before the game talking
He's
about how many fans were there. So let's go ahead and play this.
Hey boys, it's Big D calling you from the Fortress in Vegas. Just letting you guys know that the Mammoth fans turned out like there's no tomorrow in this building tonight. Just wanted to say, wish you guys could have made it down here, but go Mammoth, go Knights, and talk to you guys soon. Bye.
So that was before the game. We'll go to after the game after we talk about Vegas.
all right. So we had a kind of a shit talk last week about other fans taking over our building. And this is the way it's going to be. I think you're onto something, Hawk. I think it's like, well, maybe this is going to be the roadie that you have to. Man, I can get you in I can get you to Las Vegas in 5.5 hours. It's quick and it's easy and it's cheap. And I was thinking last night when I saw, I'm going next year for sure. Let's fill their barn.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely agree, man. We can. Hey, Vegas, the only thing I'll disagree with is nothing in Vegas is cheap anymore. That's where Vegas has lost its luster to me is parking is $50. You better take $300-400 for 2 days for Uber. And I mean, there's 20. If you're on the main strip, that's why I love Old Town and Fremont's so good. But you're paying $10 a water, $15 a 20-ounce soda. You don't see beer girls walking around with a free beer anymore unless you're sitting at a table that's $50 bet minimum and stuff. It's like to me, Vegas, that's a sad thing about Vegas. There's no more $4.99 buffets. It used to be take $100, get to Vegas and have you experience. $100 in Vegas now, that'll pay your valet to park and that's it. So that's my only downfall with Vegas anymore.
Yeah, do you guys fuck with Boulder Highway at all? Because that used to be the cheap spot, but is that gone to shit too? And wait a minute, it was always gone to shit, but is it now expensive and gone to shit? Boulder Highway?
I don't even know what that
You
is.
don't even know what that is. It's over by the Tommy Burger. It's the cheapest deal in Vegas. It's all the sleaziest side of Vegas. It's where you're gonna see the gnarly Vegas underbelly. You keep it real. It's over by the Harley dealership. All right. Never mind that. I guess the point is that we were on a pretty good streak there, guys. We beat the Stars. We beat the Knights. We snuffed the Knights. Veggie with the shutout, right? What is
Yeah.
that? 28 saves in that game against Vegas. And then and Vanacek did pretty good against the Stars. So seems
Yeah.
like the goalkeeping tandem is going pretty well. And then we just hit the brick wall that is Lucas Dostal and the Anaheim Ducks. And of course, some shitty officiating. And Brandon, I think you're going to make comment on the shitty officiating. We all know which call we want to kill somebody over. Let us have it.
Hey, first of all, that Jersey trip, I mean, right on the bench. And I was in the bar. That happened right before the end of the intermission or end of the period. And everybody was already booing. Well, right when the period ended, they showed it on the slow-mo replay on the Jumbotron like 10 times, and you just booed. And then on that dang, I mean, there's a ton of them, but then that with 5 minutes left, when we go on that power play and they let them tackle us 2 times in a row,
Yeah.
2 times in a row, straight out blatant pull downs and drag downs. The refs have no fucking problem. Yeah, bye-bye, Mounted States. They have no problem putting us at 3-on-5, calling penalties on us. We see it constantly when we're already down one. I mean, we had it with the Curfy bull crap with the knee. It's trying to protect our zone that just the other week led to a goal at Pittsburgh. They have no problem. That's what I want to see, though, is consistency. And when you're calling the ticky-tack bullshit they called on us, what, 4 or 5 penalties in a damn row? Which I'm not saying they weren't penalties, but a couple were ticky-tack. And then, I mean, to miss the blatant calls, and I mean, it's just getting out of hand, because that's right up there with that Pittsburgh game, if not a little below or a little above the worst NHL officiating we are getting, and we get it to happen when we're in our barn. I don't see it when we're on the road as much, but when we're at home, I consistently see these stupid fucking zebras just making a we just get streaks where it's 3 or 4 in a row on us. And yes, some are sloppy, lazy play that deserve a penalty. But call it both ways. There's a penalty out there. If you're calling this one way, call it the damn same for the other team. And I don't see that. Ooh.
Yeah, I don't see it either. You know, it's funny is that even the people after a tough loss are like, Fire Bear, this team needs to be built up from the bottom up. Even those people in like social media were like, well, tough loss when you're getting those kind of calls. So everybody could see how bad it was. So I mean, 100%, I was gnarled. John, were you watching that game?
For sure, for sure. And to add into like the salt to the wound that the Mammoth gave us, Brandon gets called out by that stupid fucking duck. Tell us how that felt when you saw the official duck mascot just roast the shit out of you. I love it. I thought it was hilarious.
I love it. First of all, I thought it was like some scan account or something too. I mean,
Yeah.
I just saw I saw some of my friends online saying, leave our goat alone or leave. And I'm like, what's this? Then I go watch it, and then I take it into my boy, and he goes, Dad, that's the real account for Wild Wing. That's the Anaheim Duck mascot. And I said, no. Pulls up IG. Sure enough, the video's right there on IG. So I take it as an honor. That was edited. That wasn't that night's video.
Yeah.
So they had that edited and ready to drop.
Right.
They've been waiting for me, is all I'll say. And I do have a pretty good back and forth, especially on IG. I've had it all year since the first game when Dosto looked what he did to us the other night before the blowout. Quack Quack fans are actually pretty funny, and there's a lot of them,
They
man.
sure are.
So I took it as I mean, it's funny as hell, dude. An NHL mascot called me, I mean, used me like.
Take it as a compliment, bro.
Oh, for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah. Oh, and I saw it too. I'm like, oh, here comes the fucking duck. And then I look closer. I'm like, hey, that's our dude. I mean, had they put Tusky up there, I'd have been like, yeah, whatever. But it was like, hey.
My favorite part was they edited how I edit you. Whenever you say fuck, they quack. So, like on the shorts that I'd be putting up. So I'm like, hell yeah, dude.
Okay, guys, we got a stretch of games coming up, and they're important ones. Look, it feels like we got a death grip on that wild card 1 spot. We're going to make the playoffs, but we need that wild card 1 spot. We got the Kings twice this week, and they are snipping up. They are the only way they're going to make the playoffs in Anze Kopitar's final season here, and they are not playing well, and they are not scoring goals. Well, they're playing mediocre, but they can't score goals. We got the Kings twice this week. We
I
got
mean,
to win
they'll
these
be
games.
seeing it Monday. So we played the Kings last
Yeah,
night.
so we played them tonight, but we also got them on the road on
Yeah, next
Saturday.
Saturday. Yeah, I see that
Yeah.
now.
So we got a series of winnable games this week. The Kings on Sunday, the Oilers at home, the Caps at home. We should be able to knock off the Caps. Got to get on the road and take on the Kings. What do we got to do to win, man? Like, are we on the right track? I feel like we're all giving the team a pass on the Ducks game, right? The momentum is still here. So where do you think we end up going?
I mean, we looked really good against Dallas and Vegas. That's kind of what you hope to see with your team with, what is it, 12 games left in the season or something like that. But then, of course, like on a back-to-back, everything's going to be harder on a back-to-back, not to mention a travel, regardless if it's only an hour flight. You still traveled. I mean, I think tonight or those listening, last night's Kings game is going to tell us a lot about how these next 3 home games are going to be.
Yeah, well, Kings, what's scary is 2 of the teams we've never beat in the NHL are this week. We've never beat the Kings, and we've never beat Edmonton. So,
Huh.
yes, Edmonton's without Draisaitl. The Kings are coming off for the game that was going to happen last night. They're having to travel tonight. They travel because they lost to Buffalo at home yesterday or today. But I'm saying,
Yeah.
so if what we just gave our boys a pass on Anaheim, our boys better now show up and put it to them because we've got to find the back of the net. I know we shot more in the Anaheim game. I mean, we had like 30 shots or something, but we're still passing up way too many shots, looking for that. And even Bear said it, that one pass too many, that perfect pass. And then a lot of our shots are just, they're not making the net. They're hitting our own players. It's a problem we've had. We've just got to find the back of the net. We've got to score at least 3, if not 4 goals to win these games at home, if not more. And we're at home. We're at the barn. The barn's been rocking. We've just got to find our way and score. I mean, the defense has been pretty good lately. So, I mean, we just got to find the back of the net, man. Too many 1-goal games at our place. And then we can go on the road and score 6, or we can go on the road and score 4. We have got to put the 4 or 5 goals in for every game at home to win when you're playing these teams. Just find the back of the net. Do something. Just let her rip, Tater Chip, man. We got it.
How
Yeah,
big of an impact do you guys honestly think Uyghur has had on our defense?
Leroy.
Is it me? You know what? In such a short time from where I watched the game, there's some intangibles I think that you got to take into consideration that don't show up on the scorecard themselves. I haven't looked on what his plus minus is, but every time I see an interview with the guy and I see how he interacts with the other team members, you can tell he's a leader. You can tell that he's got pro NHL experience. And so I don't think the Uyghur acquisition. Listen, the thing with Uyghur is that we're not going to have to ever rely on him too hard because we're stacked. So if you get what you need from Uyghur and not expecting too much, a few seasons ago he was one of the highest defensive scorers. The scores as a defenseman.
Last year.
Was it last year?
Yeah.
If you're not expecting that from Uyghur at this stage in his career, I think that's what you're going to get. Yeah.
Well, with Weeks, what I noticed that I like, what it helps with his D zone exits, and I think he's ranked as one of the quickest in the league. He gets the puck forwarded in good spots to our guys to go on breaks so he can enter the O zone. I like that on him. He's made some good hits. He stands people up at the blue line a lot, I've noticed, which I like. He can get roughed around, I've found a little bit more than I would expect for a veteran that way. I thought he'd be better at winning a few more puck battles, or I'd like to see him he'll have a good physical player there. I just like to see him get a little rougher in the corner. That's what I thought of him. But overall, I mean, it hasn't knocked my shoes off. I mean, obviously, he's not just killing it anywhere, but I think it's definitely helped. And like I said, I think a big presence is his more offensive abilities that he brings on it.
Yeah, when I watch these players, I kind of watch them the same way I watch the team, which is, their production is not going to be linear. It's going to they're gonna have good games, bad games. We're gonna have streaks, we're gonna have slumps, you know? And so it's to react or overreact to a player's performance in such a short series, I think we gotta let just things kind of shake out. I mean, you know, to judge a perfect example would be to judge the Schmaltz deal based on what he's done since he's been signed. I mean, that's just being antagonistic because you got to look at the entire body of work. And every time that we freaked out of either the team or some of these other players, it's kind of leveled out at one point or another. Even Lawson Krause's overall course last season, I mean, it was like, well, who is this guy? He was supposed to be
Yeah.
something, and here he is. He's everything that we wanted him to be. You've got to look at the big picture sometimes and not judge every game, there's a whole ebb and flow to how these players and the team itself progress and win over the course of the season. And so, yeah, great analysis though on Uyghur. Um, how did we get on Mackenzie Weegar? Were we talking about players or?
We were just Brandon just said the defense has been playing good, so I just wanted to know if you guys thought that. Here, I got another hypothetical for you. Who won the trade this late into the season with JJ Paterka and Kesselring
Don't
and
get me going. Don't get me going. Dolan was
no?
my favorite. His defense, his back check, his poke checks, and he just couldn't crack our top six to get that offensive shot and prove where he was going, and we all saw it. And I think JJ might come along. I mean, he hasn't had a horrible season. His assists are so far down. It just seems he can't mesh. And I don't know if it's just being, if it's going to take that little bit more time to feel more comfortable. I mean, it definitely though Buffalo by far and away won that trade, and they're not even
And
playing Kessel King. They can't even manage him right. They're not even getting anything out of him, and they still won the deal just going a 1-for-1 in my opinion.
yeah, and the Sabres are looking like a wagon right now, 70 games in.
Yeah,
Yeah, I miss Stone.
Yeah, I miss him too. I love Doan. I love him, but okay, he's productive. Let's pump the brakes just a little bit. The Buffalo Sabres just didn't suddenly transform when Doan got there, although, they kind of look like they did. You can see that the pieces for their success was somehow there. As soon as the general manager, that new general manager, I can't remember what his name, guys, came in, things kind of began to change. And I don't know if that's the culture. I don't know how it feels to be JJ Paterka getting away from a team thinking that they were a downgrade for losing you, and suddenly they're this good. But they're going to be a fun East Division team to watch, aren't they, guys? Like,
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
going to be tuning into those Sabres games in the Cup playoffs. You serious?
Hell yeah. And then one other random topic before we get back to the Mammoth. I think that we all agree that we got to give a shout out to the third gold medal of hockey, the sled hockey Paralympic gold medal team. And dude, I never knew about this guy, Declan Farmer, until this Olympics. But apparently, this guy is like the Michael Jordan of sled hockey. He's a 4-time gold medalist. He holds the all-time Paralympic records for most goals and points. And in 2026, he set the single tournament record with 15 goals and 26 points. Dude, that guy's a boss, dude. But yeah,
It was fun to watch them. That gold medal game was a little close there for a minute, until they blew it open in the third. But once again, Canada, you're a bitch.
yeah.
Oh, Canada, suck it, man.
Even our even our hockey players that can't walk are better at hockey than you, dude.
We won we won the hockey triple crown, though. We won the men's gold. We won the women's gold. We won the para gold. USA is a hockey country now. That's why we don't really care if we lose the WBC or not.
I will say though, no, I will say even more so than the final against Venezuela, when we played Canada in the WBC, I was like, if we lose this, they're coming right back at us just as hard.
That's
Like they'll be like,
exactly.
you can have hockey, we have baseball.
Well, as a quick aside about Canada baseball, I'm just going to say and make my prediction right now. Canada will never, ever, ever, ever win the World Baseball Classic, okay? So you may knock off a giant, but you're never going to win the WBC. Okay, so are we going to make some predictions coming up here? Are we
Yeah,
going
let's
to
do
right
it.
the ship? How is this going to go? We got 2 games against the Kings this week, 1 game tonight. By the time the listener has seen this, he'll have known what our prediction is. So let's start with our guest, Brandon Hockenberry. Brandon, do the Utah Mammoth prevail against the Los Angeles Kings at the Delta Center tonight? And what is the final score?
Well, they better because, and I think John knows this, True Cordia is taking me down with them on the glass in the Entrada Club for this game tonight. And so if I'm going to get my first game ever, NHL game, being on front row on the glass, first of all, I'm going to be pounding that glass and they're going to notice me, the other players. But they better damn win because I don't want to be the jinx. So, but I think we bounce back and we get this one against LA today. I would go 5-2 with the late empty netter being the fifth goal. I think Cools gets 2 goals, or at least 3 points today. But I'll go with 2 goals for Cools in this one because that's where we need it. We need Cooley to get on a hot run right now. So that's my prediction.
Big John, your prediction for tonight's game, Sunday against the Kings.
I think it's going to be a lot closer than that. I think, obviously, I don't know anything, but I'm just going to predict 3-2. We win in overtime.
Overtime win. I think they're both great predictions, guys. I think the key to this game is this. The Kings are panicking. They're struggling. They have a dysfunctional offense. If it's not the whole team, it could be toxic. Things are burning down in Los Angeles. This might be the last chance to grasp it before their captain, Anze Kopitar, moves on. I'm going to say, knowing what I know about the Kings this season, they can't score goals. If you can score 3 against the Kings, you got a real good shot at winning. I'm going to take the 3-2, but I'm going to take that in regulation, not overtime. I'm going to take that 3-2, but I think the Utah Mammoth beat the Kings 3-2 in regulation.
I
That
hope
would
you guys are both right because I want to get home earlier than 11:30.
Yeah. My favorite thing about Sunday games is they're usually at 2-3 o'clock in the afternoon. When I
Yeah.
saw the schedule, I'm like, 7
Dang it.
o'clock.
These 8 o'clock games, I'll tell you, were rough. Actually, let's rewind it. I want to talk about one more thing before we move on. How bad is the announcing when we're on ESPN Plus? It is horrendous. It is bad.
They sucked Vegas nights, whatever. Like, oh my God, that was listening to that. And I like Levy. He's one of the only ones I like of their announcers, but they just kissed the Golden Knights' ass the other night, and they weren't doing anything. It was like, can we talk about Vegas a little bit more while they keep sucking and we're skunking them, and winning and just wiping the ice with them? Exactly, man. That was horrible.
Yeah, I think like every reporter, to some extent, they already have a story written for either outcome. And I think they had a lot of material on their prediction that the Knights were going to end up skunking us, and they didn't have much to talk about. And it was wah, wah.
Yeah.
I agree. The TNT games are sometimes hard to watch, but when it's just ESPN Plus, it is.
It is horrible.
Yeah.
Carcone. I was like, oh my gosh, bro.
Hey, were you at the watch party over at Big Willie's that they kind of threw together at the last minute, John?
I was there before I watched it at home, but I was there. They gave away a stick, they gave away a Schmaltz jersey, they gave away a bunch of cool stuff. And that was the cool part on ESPN Plus. They shouted out our favorite bar, Big Willie's. So
sweet.
Yeah, that was
1717 South Main. Go check us out over there sometime. All right, remaining games this week. We've got Edmonton coming to town on Tuesday. The Caps coming to town on Thursday. Edmonton, not the Edmonton of old, although in playoff contention. This is a beatable team. I can't remember how well we've done against the Oilers at home. It seems like we got beat last time I was at the Delta Center and they saw the Oilers.
Yeah, we haven't beat the Oilers ever.
Yeah, we haven't beat the Oilers. Okay. They
So
they
they're
need
dang.
yeah, no what
No, I was just gonna say, on a pure gambling speculation mindset that I'm always in, I'm like, we're not gonna beat both teams we haven't beaten in the same week, right? We could though.
Yeah, we could. Well, listen, you've got a team with Connor McDavid on it, so anything could happen. But like I said, this is a team, an Edmonton team that started off ice cold, had a couple rallies to get up into mediocrity, but they're playing this season. They're not playing the hockey well, I'll tell you, they're not playing the hockey that Connor McDavid thought they'd be playing when he signed for the 2-year extension. So I think we got a good chance at beating the Oilers, guys. You want to make some predictions?
Yeah, Brian,
Yeah,
you go first.
yeah, I'll go. First of all, the problem with the Oilers, and it's been the whole problem through the McDavid era, and they thought they addressed it for some reason by getting an injured prone Yari or whatever from the Pens and taking Skinner out, where Skinner would at least have his run. So goaltending is always the problem. So we better be scoring goals in this game. And I don't know if Ingy's playing or if he's back from being hurt, but that might be a cool storyline too if Ingy was there. And then Draisaitl out for the at least regular season. That Draisaitl has been a killer on us, man. He in most of the games. I just going off memory. Draisaitl has been a thorn in our side. I like everybody's side. I mean, he's definitely one of the top 3, in my opinion, in the league. 3, 4, right up there, with McDavid and everybody, and McKinnon. But I'm gonna go. I think that one's gonna be a shootout too. I'm gonna go 5-3. Empty netter makes the 5th one too there. I'm liking 5 in both games because I know there's gonna be scoring in that game, I believe. We're gonna have to score in that one, at least 4 to win, in my opinion.
What do you think, John?
I hate to do this.
We've got a
I think
scheduled loss.
who's playing goalie tonight?
It should be Vanacek, right? No, it
No.
should be Veggie because Vanacek was he was in the Anaheim game, wasn't he?
Yeah.
So then
be
it'll be Vanacek against Edmonton.
Could be.
I think it'll be
More than
Veggie
okay.
because it's not back to back. They're usually playing Veggie the 3 or 4 and then Vanacek 1. It's the back to backs where they for sure split him and he kind of juggles it. I think you're going to get Veggie has to be on a more. He gets in a groove. So I think we see Veggie at least 2 of the games at home this week, if not all 3, in my opinion.
And I think with the Washington game coming up being an easier opponent, I think the more strategic decision is put Vanny in tonight and then let Veggie hit the Edmonton game, get Vanny back in for the Caps or whatever it is I just said.
Yeah. Well, okay.
Yeah,
No disrespect to Vanacek, but assuming Veggie plays 3-1, we win. 3-1.
3-1 we win. Okay, well, I'm gonna piss in the punch bowl here, guys, because I think this is the one that I think this is the one loss that says all is lost, and we're gonna sell the team and fire Bear and everything. We're gonna miss the playoffs, and we're gonna get skunked. I think it's gonna be something weird. It's gonna be like 4-1, enough to terrorize the fan base up to the precipice of destruction, and then I think we come back. Against the Capitals and take care of business easily. Brandon, all right, the Washington Capitals coming to town. What do you think's going to happen?
I'm going for a homer here, but I'm going for a 3-game sweep on this, man. And the boys better, and you want to keep one. The boys better have their mind on that. They've got to start racking up wins in our barn. Talked about it on my video the other night. Seems like we haven't been playing good in our barn. I know, so why would I think they're going to this week? No, they better wake up. So, Capitals, we've had their number, man. We've had their number from even last year when they were playing a lot better. I mean, they got Tom Wilson, but Ovi. He looks like he laid it all on the line last year getting to that record. Not that he's still not a threat, but I go, that's a tighter game, I feel. I'll go 3-2. 3-2 on that for our Mammoth, man. 3-2.
See, I love betting against the Capitals, so I think we fucking blow them out 4-0. It's a bounce back game if Leroy's right. It's a Friday night game or Thursday night. Thursday. Yeah. We play good on Thursdays. I'll take 4-0 on that.
Yeah, I think one of the metrics on gauging all of these games is I see teams that have something to play for, and I see the Capitals who have kind of implied surrender with the trade of John Carlson, with some of the moves they've made. Look, the old dynasty, if that's even you want to call it that, is kind of coming to an end in Washington. I think they're going through the motions. Look, they're all professionals. They're going to play, but I'm right with you, John. I think we just skunked the shit out of the Washington Capitals. I'm going to go 5-1 in the Delta Center. And the reason I go 5-1 is to balance out the bad news of the prediction that I have that comes at the end of the week. We go to the LA Kings and we get beat is what I think happens. I'll go first on this one. I'm going to say that we get on the road with all this momentum and then we lose to the LA Kings 4-2.
Yeah, that's the one. I see us. I see us losing to the Kings on the road there, and play pretty good. I'll go, like you said, against score. I think that's a 3-2. I'll go 3-2 Kings on that game.
Yeah, scheduled loss in my opinion as well, dude. I'll do 3-2 as well.
Okay, so our consensus as a group here, how many points do we have to get over these next four, this next stretch until we record again on Sunday? How many points do we got to get over the next four games to feel like we're making positive progress and the team is in the right shape going into the Stanley Cup playoffs? We got 8 available. How many do we need?
I'd say 5.
Brandon?
I think 5 is a must out of the 8.
Yeah.
But I'm going for 6. There's no reason. You got 3 games at home this week. Strap it on, strap it up. If you want to really say we're even any reason to even want to make the playoffs to have a shot. We don't want to make the playoffs just, hey, we made the playoffs. We got to be playing our good hockey. So 5 is the minimum, but I'm pushing. I think we got to get 3/4 of the points, 6 out of 8, however they come to me.
Yeah.
Well, we'll take it however we can get it. We got to have points. We are at war with the rest of the, all the up-and-comers. The Nashville Predators are coming there nipping at us.
Nashville's got a game in hand on us, and they're only 4 points behind. So 5 points. So they could technically, if they were even games and had that too, they would be a 3-point behind us, and we have them upcoming for future. I mean, this is going to be a grind, boys. There's nothing. People say I don't think we've made the playoffs at all for sure yet, and you better play. I think you got to play at least 600 hockey, well above 500 in these last ones, all of them.
Yeah,
and we don't want that wild card 2 spot because we don't want to take the Avs on in that first round or the Stars, however that ends up.
In the second round, you're going to get the Stars or Minnesota too.
Yeah.
So no, that side of the bracket's a death challenge, man. Like, yeah, you don't want that. So the boys got to play like they're grasping. I mean, every game is a win or go home in a way, and just play that way. They've got to, and I would think they want to. I mean, they at least in the loss, even the other night, it wasn't them playing bad. You know, they had some mistakes, but it's not like they're playing bad right now. So just elevate that a little more and take it.
Yeah, because I mean there were 2 garbage time goals in that Ducks loss too. The scoreboard didn't indicate like really how close that game was.
No,
Was that true? They said that's who we would play if the playoffs started today. We'd play the Ducks.
Yes, they're number 1. They're the only team in the Pacific winning. Yesterday, all the other 4 Pacific teams, chasing them, lost. All 4. So the Ducks keep breaking the Ducks with their win against us and then everybody losing. The Ducks are the only one in the Pacific that are getting wins because San Jose lost yesterday. LA lost. Edmonton lost to Tampa Bay on that late goal by Kucherov. And then you have whoever else losing. So Anaheim is looking like they're going to be the number 1 over there. They're the only ones playing worth a damn right now, in my opinion. I don't see it. I know the points are close, but they keep getting separation when you see that.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, at the end of the tourney, you're going to have to get through a team like the Avs or the Stars to get through to the final round. But the slickest way to that final showdown before the Stanley Cup Finals is like it'd be much nicer to go through the Pacific because, like you said, Brandon, it's either going to be the Knights or the Ducks, depending on how that goes in the Pacific. It seems like we're going to end up facing one of those teams if we can hold on to that wild card one. So I'll tell you another one that we got to beat, and that's coming up. I think we got some games against the Kraken too, or at least one in a couple weeks, but we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. All right, fellas, I'm pretty happy with how we've been playing. I'm feeling pretty optimistic.
Hell yeah.
Doomers, fuck you. Black Pillars, go home. We're the Utah Mammoth. We're kicking ass. We're taking names. We're going to see you in the wild card playoff pretty soon. Anything you guys want to say before we sign off this week?
Yeah, well, yeah, I want to shout out a couple things, man, real quick, if you don't mind. First of all, yesterday, overtime cards. There's such a great product of this community, and it was the Sheriff Lawson Krause signing. And it is so cool that if you watched my video that I took of the line, I mean, the line is out around the corner and up State Street. It sells out in an hour. It's such a great event. And Sheriff he is such an awesome dude. He is just a great guy. So it was really cool. And then, of course, even meeting new people at there is awesome. I met these fans. They gave me they follow me on IG. They gave me this big light blue mammoth flag that I don't have in the
Hell
barn.
yeah.
His name's Trevor, and his daughter, Tegan, I believe her name is. She's been making pucks, so they made me a game day.
Game day.
Then 420 Hock. So,
Hell yeah, man.
everybody that supports me, I mean, shit's been a whirlwind. My cameo's not like blowing up, but like just the fan support and seeing the fans in our community that we have built has been so cool. People are so excited about the Clubbers Cookout coming up. I mean, it's so many people that weren't there last year talked to me about that. But then one other thing, shout out to Blackstone, man. I don't need stuff. That's the deluxe model, man. They see me. I've had my choice one right here next to me, 36-inch that I love. They reached out on Monday with a message saying us local Utahns love to see you supporting our Blackstone. We'd love to send. So for free, top of the line model, lid, all the gates and gadgets and that. So like I said, shout them out. Shout Tricordia out for putting up. I mean, you know, it's hard. Some people don't accept me. We know that. But people are starting to see you can be a wild, passionate fan and people love you and people aren't shying away from having Utah Hawk come and be part of what you say. So just a huge shout out to our community, our fellow fans, and then, like I said, Trucordia and Blackstone. That's on my end.
Yeah, I want to say something. Sorry, John. I just wanted to jump in to follow up real quick because I just wanted to say that I've seen people on social media sometimes say like, "Oh, I don't know how to meet any fans. Like I watch them on TV and I go to the games, but I kind of want to be a part of it." I'll tell you, if you want to meet Mammoth fans and make friends, go to one of these signings over at Overtime Cards. Go to their website, sign up. They'll send you they'll shoot across the bow sending. There's going to be a signing coming up, whether it's Lawson Krause or Spicy Tuna or what have you. And there's a one
next.
Who is it going to be next?
JJ Paterka in April. It's not officially announced yet, but everybody knows they came. Paterka's going to be next one. Just to jump on that with you.
Well, and if they sell out quick, so I'm saying is if you sign up and they send you the notification, they're going to have one. Sign up and check it out. There's always great clubbers hanging on the line. And of course, did you want to say anything about that, John, or did you have something else that you wanted to? I took it away from you.
No, you're good. I was just going to say, Brandon, you deserve all the praise and credit because you might think people don't accept you, but I think a large majority of us are right with you. The punk rock of clubbers, baby. They don't have to accept us because we're going to accept them regardless. And we're all going to be in the same barn, cheering for the same team, night in and night out. I can't wait to see you guys tonight. This was a great episode of Slapshot Utah. Thanks for coming on, Brandon. Everybody give it up for Utah Hawk, and we'll see you next week on Slapshot Utah.